Hey guys, this is DFFOO global exclusive event Fell Angels, and this run is the ticket mission run which requires you to use 3 boosted characters without a friend unit. This run is also going to be a 4-turn run and you will achieve victory before the boss gets its first turn. You need a starting turn order of Luna followed by Kain, followed by Sherlotta, followed by the boss as such. And I removed Sherlotta's buff speed up passive in order to have a higher chance of getting this starting turn order. Very quickly about Luna's first turn, what you want to do is use Quick Prayer on one of the 2 allies, use Energy Heal 4 times, and then Quick Prayer on the other ally before ending her turn with EX. Do not use LD, do not use BT+. Kain's turn is spent using LD, BT+, during his free turns, the General Leo LD call, and then he can pass his turn by jumping into the air. From here on in, the key is to maximize damage as much as possible by triggering Kain's lancers as many times as possible. Being able to kill the boss before he gets its first turn requires extremely optimal damage because the boss has 180 million HP, and you will see me using a lot of instant turn abilities when I don't have to, and that's only really to trigger Kain's lancers to get a little bit more chip damage in whenever I can. Winning before the boss first turn requires a very optimal setup as well. All 3 of my characters actually has 5/5 ultimate weapons, and trust me when I say this, every single bit of damage counts. I can tell you that I had quite a number of runs where I ended Sherlotta's BT mode and the boss had 1% health remaining. So it took me quite a bit of adjustment and I had to review my run to actually see where I can actually potentially squeeze in a little bit more damage wherever possible. Coming to Sherlotta's turn, the first 2 turns that you want to do with her is LD and S2. That will be eating up her 2-turn Quick Prayer buff. From here on, what you want to do is spam S1 and EX. And while you're doing this, you want to keep a very close eye on the boss's force gauge. The key is that you must end Sherlotta's turn using her BT+ right before the boss hits 80% force gauge. Why is that? Because when the boss hits 80% force gauge, you will apply a significant speed drop and turn rate down on your entire party. And if you have not passed Sherlotta's turn by then, it will actually screw up the turn order and Sherlotta's turn will get pushed back due to the speed down aura. In addition, you also do need to squeeze in Quistis based on LD call as well. Quistis call is mandatory here, there is no other call ability that can replace it. That's mainly because the boss is immune to turn delay and turn delay, and Quistis is the only unit in the game that can bypass turn delay immunity. Anyway, I'm coming very close to 80% force gauge, so right before I end Sherlotta's turn, I take the last 5% or so to have Quistis LD call, and then I go BT+ to end her turn. It's very important that the BT+ here is the attack that brings you above 80%. Now that's done, the next order of action is to actually trigger the boss force attack by bringing the boss to 100% force gauge. Firstly, this is where the Raijin LD call here comes in. It will reduce the HP damage that you take right down to 0, and the Raijin LD call also helps to protect you against the debuffs that the boss will try to inflict on you later on in the fight. Why do we want to trigger the boss's force attack? The main reason is that if the boss's force attack breaks any of your characters, it's an instant game over, which means that when the boss uses its force attack, you want to make sure that your characters has Brave stored so that they can tank the Brave attacks and will not get broken. As you can see right here, it does quite a lot of Brave damage. By allowing the boss to release the force attack here, you now have free reign for the rest of the fight. This means that you can now enter force time and let loose with your attacks without worrying about any attack from the boss. I used one Lunafreya LD to allow her to use FR and BT+,
力をお貸しください。私たちが止めるの。安らかに。明動せよ。私が導きます。王と世界のために。神々のどうか世界に光を。王よ。あとはお願いします。
From here on in, what you want to do with Lunafreya is to simply use LD to get quick prayer and consecutive turns, and during her consecutive turns, all you want to do is spam S2. Do not use S1 during her force time, do not use EX during her force time. Use LD only when you need to reapply quick prayer on herself. S2 and LD are the two best attacks that Lunafreya can use during her force time. That's because they increase the force bonus percentage the most amongst her attacks. EX will only increase by 45%, whereas right here her S2 will always increase her bonus by 50%. The LD is the best, the LD tops it up at plus 65%. Now the difference between S2 and EX, the 5% difference, matters. Like I said, every bit of damage counts, and 5% difference may not seem like a lot, but don't forget that due to the way force time works, the force bonus percentage compounds itself on future attacks, and because you have often attacks like Kane's Lancet here, getting the 5% bonus early on translates to a lot of bonus damage for the rest of Lunafreya's force time. If you've done it correctly, her final LD should also be her final turn of force time. In this final round of her quick prayers, just use up her quick prayers by spamming S2 and EX. You can now start using EX again since you don't have to worry about the force time bonus percentage. Now before passing Lunafreya's turn to Sherlotta, this is where you now start charging the force gauge again. The first thing to take note right here is that anytime Lunafreya's overhead reaches 4 stacks, you always want to manually use a prayer on Sherlotta. Heavy prayer is best, you need to at least select heavy prayer once so that Sherlotta actually gets the buff. But throughout this cycle, as you can see right here, I keep a very close eye on Lunafreya's overhead, and the moment it reaches 4 stacks, I immediately hit a prayer. There's 2 reasons for this. The smaller reason is that using the prayer move allows you to slightly charge the force gauge on your side, but the more important reason is that it also triggers Kane's Lancet, and again, every bit of damage helps. You should have just enough instant turn abilities with Lunafreya left to just hit 100% right as you pass to Sherlotta's turn. If you are not at 100%, it's not too bad because Sherlotta does have 2 turns to finish up charging the force gauge before she has to use her FR. The first 2 turns is a repeat of what she did at the start of the fight, which is 1 LD and 1 S2. This is her final free turn, so this is where I use her FR. From here, use 3 S1s with Sherlotta. Do not use her EX. Her S1 will plus 75% the 4 stage bonus, as you can see, whereas her EX will only plus 50%. The 25% difference is huge. At 7 turns of force time remaining, I enter into Sherlotta's BT mode, and this is where I close out the fight. BT mode with Sherlotta is very straightforward. All you want to do is use Chuck Stuff 6 times. You should have 6 users of Chuck Stuff because she has used her LD twice so far. And it looks like it will come pretty close on this run. Boss survived with 2%, but we still have one more Kin Lancet right here. Boss still survived, but Kin Lance, and we have one epic finish. That's it for this run. As always, I hope the video has been helpful, and if you enjoy the content, do leave a like, comment and subscribe, it really helps a lot. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Shinryu fight. Bye!